All right, look, I'll tell you what. I'll give you $50. Now, be reasonable. You cannot turn down $50 for a $6 rye.
No. Watch me.
Give me that, all right.
Stop it.
I want that ride, lady.
Help! Someone help!
Shut up, you old pig.
Hello and welcome to Seincast, a retrospective on all 180 episodes of Seinfeld, being hosted by two guys who can barely run their own lives. My name is Vinnie.
My name's Matt.
Shut up, you old bag.
Merry New Year.
Yeah, nice to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too. How were your holidays? Did you have a nice break?
I did. I went down to Florida and visited the fam, which was very nice. A lot of golf carts where my parents live nowadays. They live in the Villages, which is Disneyland for adults.
So people are using the golf carts just to get around?
You go to restaurants in your golf cart, you go to the town square, you need to do an errand. When you see the gas stations, it's cars, and then there's little golf carts. It's really cute.
That's insane. So is this like Del Boca Vista?
In a way, yeah.
Well, you texted me a photo over the break. It was like a schedule of, the events at the Villages and
yes.
like 7 o'clock Mahjong. And I'm like,
Yep.
Of course.
I thought you instantly had to send you that Mahjong was being played.
Any other
Seinfeldian moments? I saw the Giants of New York play on New Year's Day. That was fun.
Nice.
They won. They asked for, is Joel Rifkin in the stadium today?
Oh, there you go. All right.
Okay,
we're looking for anything. We're like,
I'm running on fumes here. Tell me about your. Why don't you just tell me about your Christmas and New Year?
Yeah, well, it was pretty uneventful, but we did have some good times at the Festivus Trivia event on December 23rd. It's a couple of weeks ago at this point, but a lot of listeners came out for this event, Vinny, and everyone asked for you. They're like, "Where's Vinny? Where's Vinny?" I'm serious. Everyone did. But it was great meeting everyone. A lot of new faces, some familiar faces. But it was great, man. We got like photos with a Festivus poll. We all chatted just, about Seinfeld. Mm-hmm. And it was just a great time. Really just had a blast. And I'm really looking forward to next year. I would love to do a special Seincast get-together / trivia event where the only people playing are, Seincast listeners.
Ooh, that's like special invite only.
Yeah. But hell, we had probably 40 to 50 listeners there. I mean, there was maybe 200 people. So, 25%, wow. That's not bad.
That's impressive.
Yeah. And
25%? Thank you, 25% of my ass.
So we could definitely fill, I think, a bar with listeners.
Sure. I just got to make sure I can get off work. That's the problem. I always end up working on the 23rd. Yeah. But I might have to plan that out this year.
Okay, cool.
I always like to ask you, do you remember the name of the winning team? I always like to hear what the winning team's name was.
I don't remember. It was one of our listeners, Adam, and other Adam. But they won not only last year's Festivus Trivia, but Summer of George Trivia. So They are really the team to beat, and they change their name each time.
Okay.
It's usually a deep poll.
Mm-hmm. Which I respect.
For sure. But thanks to everyone who came out. I want to give a shout out to Shane and Joanna, friends of the show. They gave me this great Festivus pin.
I saw, very jealous of that pin.
It's basically Kramer's sign, his placard that says Festivus yes, bagels no. And it's awesome. I've got this great Seinfeld pin collection going.
Yeah.
Which is great.
You got Uncle Leo, don't you?
No, I have a...
you have what's his name?
H.E. Pennypacker.
That's it.
I have a Fish in the Dark pin that you bought me. It's great. People just give me stuff. Don't have to buy anything.
You got a great life.
But when Shane gave me the gift, it was great. It had a little, a card, and it said, I read it, and he went, "Read it out loud." And it said, "Let's bury the hatchet. We smoke 'em peace pipe."
Oh, that's awesome. Well done, Shane. There it is.
But yeah, thanks to everyone who came out. It was a blast. Glad to be back in the saddle again with you, Vinny, here. Before we get started, though, I want to talk about one little news item that is relevant today, January 5th, because the new season of Comedians in Cars premieres on Crackle.
Season 9.
Yeah, we're not sure exactly who the first guest will be, but a trailer popped up over the holidays, and thought we could just run through the lineup here. You've got Kristen Wiig, which is fantastic. I'm pretty sure we brought her up on a previous episode.
Probably.
So I don't know what our track record is. Sometimes we like to predict, who's going to be on the next season. But
we're big fans of Kristen Wiig, I know. And she was on a WTF episode recently, and she had a really nice interview with Mark Maron. So I recommend checking that out. But
nice.
I'm looking forward to seeing her.
For sure. You've got Norm Macdonald, which
cool.
I immediately went to with the Wikipedia page, because I'm like, I know Norm has been on another episode, and he hasn't. First time.
No, yeah.
You've got Cedric the Entertainer, Lewis Black, Bob Einstein.
He's been on.
Yes, he is the first guest ever to come back, to double dip, as it were.
I was going to say that, had you not said it. Thank you.
He was in season 1, so that was a ways back. But this does set precedents. We can have Larry on again, or Michael, or, the Seinfeld cast. It's okay.
What he needs to do is get a Seinfeld van and put all 4 Michael Richards, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Jason Alexander, and Larry in the back while he drives. That's what I want to see happen.
Absolutely. I bet that will happen someday, man. And you can take credit for it.
That would have to be the series finale, I would think. Whenever he's going to stop doing it, that's who he puts in there.
And a legend in the stand-up world. Like comedy gold here. We have Christoph Waltz.
Okay.
Good old Hans Landa from Inglourious Bastards.
Do you want to hear a joke?
Yes. This might be the first actor who's played a Nazi on Comedians in Cars.
He's a Nazi, George.
Yeah, it's such an odd pick, right?
When I read that, my first thought was Christopher Mintz-Plasse McLovin.
Oh.
That's what I thought it was.
Because of the Chris and the Z?
Oh, because of the Waltz? Yeah. But yes, it is Christoph Waltz.
Yeah, very odd. I mean, he's a very interesting guy, as you can, tell from the roles he takes and just in interviews. Hey, kind of a spoiler, but he's the villain in Bond, the new Bond movie.
Has he done a comedy, though?
He does, like, quirky commercials. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll learn that he has some sort of background in stand-up, or he's just a funny guy.
But one of my favorite parts about getting a new season of Comedians in Cars is seeing who hasn't appeared on the show yet. And just kind of throwing out names that, I'd love to see this guy next time. And it's tough, Vinny, because we sometimes struggle to come up with original ideas on the show, as our listeners know. So I went to the good old YouTube comments. Free of any anti-Semitism or bigotry or sexism.
Slur-free environment.
Yeah, absolutely. Recommend everyone check out the YouTube comments for the Season 9 trailer. But some of the suggestions on there were pretty good. Conan O'Brien, great name to get on Comedians. I think that
they've already excellent. They had Jimmy Fallon and they had Jay Leno already.
And Letterman. Yeah. A few other names here. Dave Chappelle. He would be a great guest. Mm-hmm. Kind of making like a comeback of sorts, I guess.
Yeah, he's got 3 specials coming out on Netflix.
Mm-hmm. This would have been good timing. Dave Attell would be an interesting pick. And the one I'd be most excited for is Richard Lewis, who is just, comedy royalty.
Richie boy.
Yeah, and there'd be a nice connection there. Jerry and Richard performing around the same time, Richard being on Curb.
Mm-hmm. Swapping LD stories.
For sure. So until next year, we'll see if any of those names pop up. But we'll include a link in our show notes for the latest episode, the first episode of Season 9, Comedians in Cars. Vinny, if listeners want to get in touch with us, how can they do that?
They can email us at seincast@gmail.com, find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and now they can leave us a voicemail at Coco Bosco, 262-622-6726.
Right on. And if you're writing in about a specific episode, just include the episode title in the subject line. Vinny, what episode do we have this week?
We are discussing the 11th episode of Season 7, The Rye, written by Carol Leifer, directed by Andy Ackerman, and originally aired January 4th, 1996.
1996. Can't believe it.
It's a long time ago.
We've crossed into a new year here. It's just weird as these numbers get closer to 1998, because that's when it's all over.
Yeah.
But on to some trivia here. This was the first episode of Seinfeld to air after Larry David announced that he would step down as executive producer. I think we brought up Larry's departure during our discussion of The Engagement, since, this season is known as Larry's last.
Yep.
I don't think it's quite time yet to talk about Larry's departure. I think we should actually save that for the invitations. But it was around this time that it was in the air. So, viewers watching this episode, if they follow their entertainment news, knew, hey, Larry's on his way out. And what made this interesting, in addition to Larry's departure, was no one knew if this would be the show's last season as well.
Right, because he was the brainchild, along with Jerry, of the show. So if you take, half that brain away, they thought, maybe things might have suffered, or just Jerry wouldn't have wanted to carry on anymore.
Right, so the show's fate is sort of up in the air. I'm sure the powers that be knew what would happen, but from a viewer standpoint, we didn't know what would happen.
And there's been no decline in quality at this point, too. So, Larry's following the, is it Jerry Lewis mentality of leaving on a high note?
Mm-hmm.
That's
leaving the tape recorder in the
That's it.
the meeting.
Thank you. But, no dip in quality. And you got to wonder, I wonder how the cast and crew felt knowing that one of their leaders was going to be stepping down.
Well, he always threatened to leave, right? That was sort of Larry's, not threatened, but some stories make it sound like he would threat, like, I'll walk away from this right now, but...
In addition to, I can't do this anymore, I can't do it. He feigned like it's too much for him to bear, and then Jerry all the while would know, I'm going to talk him into coming back for the following year.
Right. And it was typically, I think, around the holiday break that Jerry would ask Jason, Julia, and Michael in future seasons, hey, do you guys want to come back? Do you have another one in you?
Yeah.
So it's around this time, the holiday break, that most people would decide if this would be the last season or not.
That's kind of really interesting to think that your job not only depends on you and your involvement in wanting to do the show, but you have 3 to 4 other principles that you need in order to make this work.
Definitely. But let's move on to some more trivia here. We've got Carol Leifer. This is actually her final Seinfeld episode, which blew my mind as well. I thought we had her for at least another season. She would go on to produce and star in her own sitcom, which I still haven't seen yet. It only ran for a season on the WB. All Right Already.
When I hear All Right Already, I think of Jim Carrey saying, all right already. Where does he say that, though? I feel like he's getting urged to go on stage or something, or tell a story. But anyway.
Or not already then?
No.
Okay, sorry.
That's pretty good, though. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, Carol Leifer, just thought we could run through some of her episodes. She started off in season 5 with The Lip Reader, as well as The Hamptons, which she co-wrote with Peter Melman. Then in season 6, she had The Secretary and The Understudy, both co-written with Marjorie Gross. But she has solo writing credits on The Beard. So that's 6 episodes. Vinny, out of all 6, which one is your favorite Carol Leifer episode?
That's a solid 6 episodes right there. I love The Lip Reader. It's in my top 20. But I'm kind of liking The Rye after watching this episode right now. So I'm going to go with The Rye.
Nice. The Hamptons is always going to be my favorite. But if we're talking about solo writing credits here, it's a toss-up between The Lip Reader and The Rye as well. I might have to wait till the end of the episode to decide. But let's move on to some little trivia about the inspiration for The Rye, some of the writing process. The storyline of The Price Club was originally pitched as, I love this, George going to the Price Club to get Susan an engagement ring.
Pretty good.
You love that idea. We never really found out if George got her a ring. That never gets brought up.
Yeah, you never see it. Well, I haven't looked discerningly to see if it's on her finger, but there's no mention of it or story of it in the episode.
Mm-hmm. Well, that idea never got used, but it was repurposed to fit the Price Club arc for Kramer. In fact, this episode was initially called The Price Club. What do you think about that versus The Rye?
That would have worked. Although can't imagine it being called anything else but The Rye. But The Price Club would have been good.
I mean, the Rye features so heavily in this episode.
I didn't realize that the Price Club changed their name to Costco.
Yeah, I'm shocked. Every time I go to Costco, we are in the, I don't know, what used to be the Price Club. Another Seinfeld thing to cross off the list. This is, I think, somewhat interesting. Carol Leifer was hanging out with one of her musician friends, Dave Koz, and started wondering how a saxophonist's ability to use their mouth would affect other areas of their life, specifically their sex life.
That little anecdote that Carol Leifer gave us, it makes me see how similar she is to the character of Elaine, that her mind goes to these places, and these are things she discusses about with friends and mixed company, as Peter Melman always says. Mm-hmm. So she really is like the essence of Elaine here.
Yeah, I'm really going to miss her, and I think Marjorie Gross might have one more credit to her name. But to me, Carol Leifer is really the female writer on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting going into seasons 8 and 9. I don't think we'll have any female writers, just to see how that changes.
I feel like that's doing a disservice to the show to not have a strong female presence for the last 2 seasons.
I mean, at this point, I think Peter Melman is probably the only male writer that can tap into Elaine's psyche, as we saw in The Sponge.
I'd agree with you.
But what else we got here? The rye. So similar to the episode itself, one of Carol Leifer's friends had guests over. They brought some bread. The hostess accidentally put it away, never served it. And when she went to look for it after the party, she realized the guest took it back.
True story. True story.
I asked Liz, my wife, the other night, how do you feel about this? Like, if we brought something, would you be upset? Would you want to take the item back? And she said she would never take it back, but she would be upset if she brought dessert and it wasn't served.
Yeah, now it would depend on the item, right? Because as we saw in the dinner party, they wanted to bring wine and babka, right? Mm-hmm. Now, wine doesn't necessarily get opened when you give it as a gift for a dinner party, right? It could.
Yeah, if you have a lot of alcohol, it might just sit on the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But something like a dessert, like a babka, or in this case, a rye, I could see it being a little bit offensive that they didn't put it out.
Now, one of the most classic moments in this episode, maybe the classic moment, is when Jerry steals the rye from Mabel Choate. And I didn't know this, but that originally wasn't in the episode. Mm-hmm. It was Larry's idea, and we have some audio here of Jerry explaining how this idea came to be and whether or not it was worth including in the show.
The other thing I remember about that episode is Larry insisting that there would be one more obstacle before I got there with the rye, that something should happen at the bakery. And I remember saying to him, I remember fighting him on this and going, what difference does it make? Let's just get to the scene where I'm throwing the rye. It's going to be great. I don't need. And he kept pushing on that, and of course he was 100% right. I mean, one of the best things in the episode is that whole thing with the old lady.
The episode itself would have been good and probably great had it not had this plot point. But the fact that they put this in to have that one extra obstacle, like you said, is the I think the most popular scene from this episode. It makes it a fantastic episode as a result.
It really stands out, especially because we see that scene in the Cadillac in a flashback. Mm-hmm. It's also in the finale.
Yeah.
When Mabel Choate is on the stand. We might even see it in that clip show, before the finale.
Credit Larry, though, for having that comedic insight to see that there needed to be one more thing to stand in Jerry's way. Not just get the rye, bring it over, but something. And the fact that they fought over it, two friends, two colleagues arguing over it. I love that story.
Oh, these are the moments I wish I was a fly on the wall just to hear. I don't know if it went down as, Larry and Jerry had those desks facing each other.
Yeah.
And Larry saying, we need something else here. That struggle, of that persistence. I just wish I could have heard that. And being like, yeah, Larry's right. Listen to him.
Get him, Larry.
Now, the production of this episode was pretty interesting as well. That classic shot, of Jerry throwing that rye up, 2-3 stories. They couldn't shoot that on the Radford lot at CBS, where Seinfeld was normally filmed. They actually had to go to Paramount Studios because they had a larger street set, taller buildings. And this was kind of a big deal, especially for people like Jerry, because despite Seinfeld's popularity and, being one of the best shows on TV, he never felt like they were doing this big professional production. And going to Paramount Studios was like, wow, this is where the real shows are made.
See, I'd believe that if this was like season 2, maybe 3, but numerous hits, won awards. You're in season 7, and you're probably one of the most highly watched shows on TV. Like, I feel like he's just being nice here.
To
being modest.
You're right. Well, it was a big deal. Not only that, were the sets bigger, that street set, but remember this was filmed in L.A., so real snow brought in to the street to decorate it. And what was funny about this is it actually led to a snowball fight, an impromptu snowball fight started by none other than Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, Jerry.
They're filming late at night. It's past midnight. Jerry chucks a snowball, and the snowball fight apparently lasted 25 minutes between cast and crew.
And per Andy Ackerman, it gave the crew a second wind to help them keep filming through the night.
There you go. I think even Tim Kaiser, one of the producers or coordinators, said it was the most expensive snowball fight ever.
I believe it.
Right. Now, before we move on, just have some, or rather just one script detail here. Thanks to listener Justin Tapp for sending this script our way. We're going to talk about some dialogue that wasn't used in the episode and some deleted scenes. The most interesting thing, though, to me was in the script, it wasn't called Beef-A-Reno. It was actually the Chef Boyardee Beef-A-Roni.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I'm guessing that it was changed because they didn't get clearance.
And they didn't want to be known as the, household pasta and meat combo that gives horses gas, Right.
But throughout the script, everyone refers to it as Beef-A-Roni. And even that scene when Kramer sings to Rusty about Beef-A-Roni in the script, he's singing the Beef-A-Roni theme song from the commercial. So interesting. I prefer Beef-A-Reno. I think that's much funnier.
Absolutely. Fit for King and Queeno. I almost wish that was a real product. Sometimes you have more fun coming up with the fake products, and they get gold out of coming up with something, new slogan and all this jazz.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to do it for trivia. Vinny, should we get started?
Let's do it.
I've heard of stand up, but stand saxophone? Sorry. Elena's watching her boyfriend, John Germain, perform on stage at this jazz club called Bradley's. She is just smitten. We get some VO here, how she can't believe she's going out with this guy. Maybe he'll write a song after her and her beauty and her personality.
If you want, you can quit your job and never work again. This reminds me of the scene when she is eating the cake in Peterman's office and she's kind of dancing around. Isn't she kind of VOing to herself about being a queen?
Well, there's some regal tone to her voice where she's like, yes. You can quit your job and never work again.
That is it.
Isn't the wedding marvelous? Yeah. Let's move over to Jerry's apartment, and Elena's telling Jerry how amazing, this John Germain is. I take it he's sponge-worthy?
Oh, yeah.
But that's not the whole story.
Well, he's a musician. I guess they're supposed to be very, uninhibited and free.
Well, actually, he's not that way at all.
Oh, no?
Yeah, in fact,
Come on. Come on. Elaine, you're among friends.
Well, actually, he doesn't really like to do everything. Yeah. It's surprising.
Yes, it is. It is surprising. Does that bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me. I mean, it would be nice. I'm not going to lie to you and say it wouldn't be nice.
Sure. Why not? You're there.
Exactly.
But you said he was just coming out of a very serious relationship. Maybe he's, still kind of... He's not going to happen.
My favorite moment in that clip is I don't want.
You're among friends.
I really love these moments between, Jerry and Elaine, but with any character really, when they're discussing this nitty gritty, mixed company, the euphemisms with sex. We already had I was alone. Now we have he really doesn't do everything. There's another one that I can't put my finger on, but one of them was Elaine says, yeah, but my back was to him.
Oh, right.
And Jerry and George make the face because they're able to convey what's going on without having to actually say the word or the act.
Of course.
Maybe with the move and the knuckle.
Also, like, I think it moved. He took it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come on. We've talked about it at least every season on this show.
Ad nauseum.
But
they're
just
so
add
good
this to the list. Mm-hmm.
And also, there's a really nice rhythm and cadence between Jerry and Elaine's back and forth in this clip.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And I love that. What is the part where I'm not going to lie to you and say it wouldn't be nice? And Jerry's like, yeah, you're there. It's just such a great way to picture that scenario. And,
Why not?
Speaking of that scenario and that term, he doesn't really like to do everything. This went way over my head the first time I saw this episode. I was
think everybody
only
listening knew that.
Yes, this is one of several Matt moments this week. But I was a teenager, maybe like even 12 or 13, and I didn't know what everything was. I thought it just meant sex. Like, I knew it was something sexual, so I didn't realize it was specifically oral sex.
Yeah. I think by the time the episode concludes, one can surmise that it's oral sex.
But Vinny, I wasn't, still not a very bright person.
You weren't swinging with the best of them?
No. But Kramer enters, and he needs Jerry's help unloading his car. He went to the Price Club. He's loaded up, baby. And we cut down to the street. Sure enough, Kramer's car is just packed to the gills, but claims all the food, it's all staples.
A 4-pound can of black olives? That's a staple?
Lindsay olives, Vinny.
A 48-pack of Eggo waffles? A gallon of barbecue sauce? 10 pounds of cocktail meatballs?
$17.50. You can't beat that.
Look at this can of tuna.
Yeah, Star-Kissed. Most tuna don't make their cut.
This isn't for a person. This is for Biosphere 3.
Love this stuff. And great trivia in there, too.
What you got?
Well, I mean, just in terms of, like, what are the 5 food items Jerry lists? You got olives, waffles, barbecue sauce, cocktail meatballs, and tuna.
Mm-hmm. Do they make a tuna can that big?
It's insane, man.
It's comical the way he holds it up there.
I'm trying to, like, compare it. It's like a little, like, golf cart tire.
My favorite, thank you, reference, callback. My favorite when you go to Costco is the giant Nutella jar.
Yeah.
I can have a fun day with that Nutella jar.
But at the end of that, dialogue, Jerry says this is for Biosphere 3. And there is another mention of Biosphere in the blood. Do you remember that?
No.
When George is visiting Vivian, and he's trying to get Elaine out of babysitting, and he's like coming up with these excuses that she's not buying, and he comes up with one saying, Elaine has been chosen for the new Biosphere project.
Wow, excellent pull.
Yeah. And she's like, I haven't heard of Biosphere. And he says, that's because it's underwater. Anywho, Kramer recognizes this guy Clyde walking by and introduces him to Jerry. Turns out Clyde plays backup with John Germain, and Jerry is shocked. He's like, hey, I was just talking about him with Elaine. Not only adds that they're going out, but John and Elaine are pretty hot and heavy. Of course, Clyde picks up on this. Oh, is that right? And we close out here wondering if Clyde can help Kramer carry some stuff upstairs.
Sorry, Kramer. I gotta watch my hands. My hands are my life. I wish I could use that excuse. I can't record the podcast this week, Matt. My hands are my life. That is Leonard Lightfoot, who plays Clyde. Most people will know him from Silver Spoons. And he was also on a sitcom called She's the Sheriff with Suzanne Summers. Did you notice the blocking in this scene here?
Yes, the shots of Jerry.
Yeah, I don't recall us ever seeing it kind of shot like that, because you see Kramer and Clyde on the sidewalk, and it's a 2-shot of them. Then you see a single of Jerry, but it's the street and the opposite street in the background. So I don't want to say it was jarring, but it changed things up. The perspective looked different. It made it appear bigger, I guess, than what we've been used to seeing.
I mean, Andy Ackerman was known when he came on board in season 6 of sort of changing the look of the show a little bit, doing a little bit more camera work than Tom Sharonis was known for. But I wondered if this was a different director this week, because there are some odd shots of, character reactions. Even the audio changes a little bit. Mm-hmm. So you can tell they might have filmed those Jerry shots like at another point.
That's a good point.
There is one scene, maybe 2 this week, that was reshot weeks later. So maybe these were pickup shots. I don't know, but glad you picked up on those.
Thank you.
Now we cut over to the Costanza's house. It's a big night.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, when I figured out what clips to pull this week, I definitely included all of the Costanza moments. It's a big night. George and his parents are having dinner with Susan and her parents. Estelle and Frank are getting ready, and everyone, of course, is stressing out.
Your old man can look pretty good when he wants to, huh?
I don't like that tie.
What's the matter with this tie? I've hardly worn it.
It's too thin. They're wearing wide now.
How do you know what kind of ties they wear?
Go to any office building on 7th Avenue and tell me if there's anyone there wearing a thin tie like that. Go ahead.
Oh, get the hell out of here. 7th Avenue.
George, do you think he should wear a tie like that?
Huh?
I think he should wear whatever tie he wants.
We gotta stop off and pick up a marble rye from Schnitzer's.
It's out of our way. Why can't we pick up something at Lord's? It's right over here.
No, we have to go to Schnitzer's. I'll show these people something about taste.
This is gonna be fun.
Why does this have to be an argument? Like,
It's the Costanzas. What do you expect?
everything from the ties to what bakery you're going to go to. It's just, ugh.
And George is all stuck in the middle of this. Yeah, the Costanzas, namely, well, I guess Frank and Estelle, but every single sentiment they express to each other is said with such volatility. They're always yelling. But hey, did you notice, or actually in hindsight, it looks like Frank had the keener eye for fashion.
I have no eye for fashion.
Isn't thin in nowadays? And he shows these people a thing or two about class.
In the
later on.
90s, I don't recall many thin ties, do you?
I remember in the 90s, wide was big glasses, wide ties.
Mm-hmm. I love that line. It's more Jerry Stiller's delivery when he's like, "Oh, get the hell out of here, 7th Avenue."
Yeah.
it's a little like Rodney Dangerfield-ish. I don't know.
It is. Yeah.
I love that. I really don't know what that means when he's blowing off like 7th Avenue. Like, is he saying Estelle's crazy, or they're crazy on 7th Avenue?
I don't really know how to, well, somebody's going to tell us. I don't know how to take it either.
Love that, though. And we get the big debate, of course, between Lord's or Schnitzer's. And we, of course, choose Schnitzer's, which we'll see later. But this might be the right time to bring it up. Schnitzer's first showed up in the dinner party.
Yes, but as a different name bakery.
Right. At the time, it was Royal Bakery. But the set is the same.
The counter woman is the same.
Same delivery. There's still hairs all over the baked goods, I'm sure.
Maybe they're under new management.
Maybe. Let's cut over to Jerry's apartment. Jerry makes it back upstairs and casually tells Elaine that he ran into this guy Clyde, told him that she and John are pretty hot and heavy, which doesn't go over well with Elaine. What if Clyde tells John? Then John's going to think that Elaine thinks that they're hot and heavy. She doesn't want John thinking that she's hot and heavy if he's not hot and heavy.
You gonna do that again?
No, go for it.
I'm trying to get a little squirrel to come over to me. I don't want to be. Oh, see?
You want to do that again?
Oh. I don't want to make any big sudden movements. I'll frighten him away. I use that trying to get a little squirrel to come over here line all the time.
I'm trying to get this little squirrel. Is this foreshadowing for the squirrel at George's? All right, never mind.
But hey, this marks the second occasion when Jerry couldn't keep his big trap shut. The first would have been when he recommended Elaine choose Susan to pal around with, causing George's worlds to collide.
Oh, yeah. I mean, is Jerry known for
shooting off in the mouth?
Yeah.
I thought it was more Kramer.
Yeah, that's true. Pretty recent episode here, right?
Yeah.
The what was that? The
engagement.
The pool guy.
Or no.
Pool guy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What
so
am I smoking?
you think he would learn by now to shut that yapper of his, but maybe he should have helped Kramer with those packages. Out in the hallway, Kramer is carrying some bulk items to his apartment. Did you notice this stunt?
He kind of turns sideways and flips his body all in one fell swoop.
There's no reason for him to fall at all. He just Michael just tumbles.
But it's so perfect.
Yeah.
And it actually it made me think, man, I really wish they would have more just openings or little sequences where he's walking home carrying stuff and he falls, because it's very reminiscent of the scene when he's carrying the golf clubs and Elaine's coming out of Jerry's and he swings them and whacks her in the face.
Oh, jeez. I could maybe watch 20 minutes of Michael just falling.
Yeah.
It's great. He wipes out, soda cans go flying, some even break and start fizzing. Did you notice that? Like one by the door is like going crazy. But this guy Dennis appears out of nowhere to help Kramer, and he asks a favor. He's taking the family to Disney World next week, and he needs someone to pick up his mail. Not only that, he offers Kramer to take his handsome cab for the week and drive the horse. He can make $500 a day. They'll split it.
Giddy up.
This always seems so ridiculous to me. I'm like, who would trust Kramer with his horse?
Well, he's very charismatic.
I think you'd need a license for that, right?
Oh, probably. Yeah. To operate a buggy or a hansom cab in New York City. When I first saw this guy walking to help Kramer up with his packages, my first watch of this episode, is that one of his faceless friends we haven't seen yet?
You know who I think it is? It's Jay Riemenschneider.
Oh, yeah?
The horse meat?
No, too soon. But this character's name is Dennis, and he's played by Don Amendolia, excuse me. He was in Ed Wood, Boogie Nights, A Walk in the Clouds, and this I did not know, but I'm very thrilled to learn. He was in Wayne's World as the announcer. Party on, Wayne, and party on, Garth.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. Now, was he in Twin Peaks also, Matt?
Yeah, he is one of the several actors that appear on Seinfeld to have appeared on Twin Peaks as well in the early 90s. And it always blows my mind when, we see the Rosses, because Mr. and Mrs. Ross were also on the show, and that always blows my mind. But these little guest stars, like Don, whatever, what's his name? The guy that plays Nick Stevens, Plaza Cable. He's on Twin Peaks.
Well, I got news for you, Matt. We got one other character coming on that has been in a Twin Peaks.
Yes.
You probably already knew this.
I did. Yes, I'm a big fan of Twin Peaks. Ian Abercrombie is on Twin Peaks. Sue Ellen Mischke, Brenda Strong.
Okay, that's enough. We get this.
Okay. Another Matt moment for you here.
Yeah.
I learned the term hansom cab from Seinfeld. I would have just called it like a carriage or a horse and buggy. I don't know.
Sure.
But
as would I.
Even the term hansom cab makes me think of, isn't he a handsome fella?
Yeah.
But it's actually named after, I don't know, the guy who created the vehicle, I guess. I don't know if it needed to be created, but his name was Joseph Handsome.
Are you serious?
Yes, and very similar to the guy who created the parsley that sits on your plate.
Joseph Garnish?
Yes, very similar.
I think they're actually cousins. Joe Handsome and Joe Garnish.
Yes. I thought that was interesting, though. I just never knew there was a Joseph Handsome.
Yeah, nor did I.
And again, something like this needs to be created. I mean, you got the rickshaws going on for God knows how long.
Matt, all these ideas are just out in the air. You just got to pick it. Did you think it was fair that Dennis offered to split the fares with Kramer when Kramer's the one who's doing all the literal legwork? Well, Rusty's doing the legwork, but Kramer's doing all the work.
It does seem to be $250 once you split it a day. I mean, he'll maybe make, if he clears that, he'll make what, $1,000 to $1,500 maybe. I don't know. And it seems like Kramer's more excited about driving the horse maybe than the money.
True.
The money just adds a little extra, but I wouldn't do it personally. You know what I mean? Like,
we don't know how to manage horses.
Right. The risk factor is too great.
Oh, speaking of which, this is kind of a funny little aside, but it's related to the show, so bear with me. When I went to Florida, I met my girlfriend's brother, and they live in a rural area of Florida. They got a horse for Christmas for the family. The horse's name is related to Seinfeld. And it's not Rusty.
Snoopy?
No.
Prickly Pete?
Well, this horse's name is related to a busboy or cook who works at Monk's.
Antonio?
No.
Oh, no, that's something else. A Paco?
Paco. Yeah, I met I once knew a horse.
Oh, there you go.
I told him I once knew a horse named Rusty.
You also have a connection to a Rusty, right?
My brother-in-law is named Rusty, so I was saving it for later. But whenever I see him, I go Rusty, or I'll ask him if he's still in the Navy.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's a good pull. All right, let's move on to one of the best scenes of the episode. We are at the Ross's apartment, and it's a nice dinner between the Rosses and the Costanzas.
This was delicious, Mrs. Ross.
What are you complimenting her for? She didn't make it. Rowena did.
What is this thing, anyway?
It's Cornish game hen.
What is that, like a little chicken?
No, it's not a little chicken. Little chicken. No, it's a game bird. Yeah.
Game bird?
Yeah.
What do you mean, like you hunt it?
Yes.
How hard can it be to kill this thing?
I couldn't help but notice, but you have quite a library in there.
If I had a dime for every book he's actually read, I'd be broke.
More wine, anyone?
Yeah, I'll take a look. Thank you.
How do you like the Merlot?
Merlot, I never heard of it. Did they just invent it?
Oh, brother.
She's heard of the Merlot.
Let me understand. You got the hen, the chicken, and the rooster. The rooster goes with the chicken. So who's having sex with the hen?
Talk about it another time.
But you see my point here? You only hear of a hen, a rooster, and a chicken. Something's missing.
Something's missing, all right.
They're all chickens. The rooster has sex with all of them.
That's perverse.
So has anybody seen Firestorm?
Firestorm, that's a hell of a picture.
Yeah.
Remember when they had the helicopter land on top of that car?
Hey, come on. I haven't seen it yet.
It doesn't have anything to do with the plot.
Still, I like to go in fresh.
Oh, mother of God.
What a classic scene, man. This is such a fan favorite. I know it. Don't lie to me, everyone. You love this.
Nope. When Frank Costanza is inquiring about what game bird?
Yes.
What's that? And what like you hunt it? Mr. Ross looks up from his food and says, "Yes." And there's this like scorn on his face. He just loathes Frank Costanza. That's my first one.
I like it when Frank says, "You hunt it," and he like sticks both fingers out. Like,
yeah,
he's got like, I don't know, two guns.
He's very pew pew. He's very animated with his hands in this scene,
and he kind of insults the Rosses when he's like, "How hard could it be to kill this thing?" It's just. What is the rift? Is it just different classes? They came from different parts of the city.
I have in my notes, it's an upper versus middle class kind of thing here. And the Costanzas seem to be oblivious, and the Rosses just seem to not want to have any of it from the start, looks like. But Merlot, I've never heard of that. Did they just invent it? Why are you complimenting her for? Rowena made it.
That's a great one. That's actually a really good trivia question. What's the name of the cook for the Rosses?
the cook.
The cook.
And then also the whole argument over Firestorm and spoilers.
Yes. That's a line I use still to this day. Like, still, I like to go in fresh.
And like you said, this is one of the most memorable scenes from this episode. And I don't know. I want to credit Mark Hirschfeld or any of the casting people. They did such a great job casting the parents in this series. It's the Costanzas and the Rosses is what makes this episode so good. Mm-hmm. Every scene they're in.
But really, the best part, the one thing we haven't brought up in this scene, the classic conversation piece is the difference of the hen, the chicken, and the rooster.
Tell me.
Everyone heard it.
Yeah, okay.
The rooster has sex with all of them. That, to me, is just the gem of this scene.
That's perverse.
But getting back to the casting, Vinny, we see the Rosses for the first time here in a while, right?
Look who's back. Grace Zabriskie and Warren Frost as Mr. and Mrs. Ross. We previously saw them in the Cheever Letters. And Matt, I just checked out their IMDb pages. Did you know both of them are returning for the new Twin Peaks?
Yes, definitely. They're big players on Twin Peaks.
Well, I saw on her page she's in 18 episodes. He's only listed in 1, but I just don't know if his has been updated.
Yeah, that might be the case. She's Laura Palmer's mom, so
Okay.
she's pretty central to the plot.
I've never seen a Twin Peaks, so I kind of feel like I owe it to all the Seinfeld people to watch it.
And just as a lover of TV, it's fantastic. It's the first season for me, at least. That's the best.
Okay.
But if you want to get into that whole mythos, and especially when the new season comes out, which I know is going to disappoint a lot of people.
Why do you say that?
It's David Lynch, man. Like he's never going to make the kind of show that like the mass audience wants.
But that's good though. I mean, for the hardcore fan, right?
Right.
Oh, well, don't fall victim to that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how else to put it. I just think it's going to be very experimental and weird. Maybe not necessarily in an entertaining way. Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to it. But next scene, we're in Central Park, and we get this nice winter shot, of the actual park. But then we cut to the back lot, and Kramer's already at work. He's taking some tourists around Central Park, giving them some history.
Central Park was designed in 1850 by Joe Pepitone, built during the Civil War so the Northern armies could practice fighting on grass. Oh yeah, on Rusty.
I did not pick up on this at first, but Gene Lou, who is the accountant on Seinfeld, not a recognizable name or face really to most listeners, but he's in the handsome cab there with his parents, his character's parents. I only bring him up because we saw him before in The Label Maker. He sits in front of Jerry and Newman at the Super Bowl.
Oh, I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. And this is the first time we'll see it again when Kramer deals with some Asian tourists and gives them wrong information or probably ruins their trip to New York a little bit. We'll see them again, or not them, but we'll see tourists again in the I forget the episode. The Czechs? No, the
Chest. Yeah, it is the Czechs.
Is that what it's called?
No more Czechs. Yeah, because the claw.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, next scene we're at Bradley's, but it's pretty short here. John's about to play a new song he's written, and just as Elaine arrives at the club, he smirks and adds, "It's called Hot and Heavy," and he starts playing.
That caught me off guard this week when the way he said it, and like. He threw it as like not an insult to her, but he throws it in her face.
It's a joke, yeah. He's like he knows
hot and heavy.
And she kind of falls into her seat,
and then he just plunges into the song.
Yes, it's great. And Elaine's very embarrassed, of course. But from the script, there was a very different scene here. This song, it's called Hot and Heavy. I think was a reshoot because originally John and Elaine would be sitting at the club, and there would be this like issue about like holding hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, we've done this before. Figured Vinny, you and I could do a little acting here.
Acting. Who would you like me to play?
Would you like to play Elaine?
You know what? I think I've played that role before to some critical acclaim.
Okay. But I'll be the narrator and John here. You can be Elaine, and you'll let the audience know whenever it's VO.
Okay.
But here we go. Interior Jazz Club. Elaine and John Germain watching another jazz act, holding hands on the table.
So, did you talk to Clyde today?
Yeah, we talked. Man, this guy's got chops.
God, yeah. Super chops. So, what's he have to say?
Who?
Clyde.
Nothing.
Elaine VO. Nothing. That's very terse. That's not a good sign. Too terse. So he didn't say anything?
I'm sorry, Elaine. I just want to hear this cat blow.
Elaine VO. Terse again. And Kurt. He's terse and Kurt. Clyde must have told him.
John breaks the handhold to take a drink and doesn't return it.
More Elaine VO. Oh my God, he broke it. He broke the handhold. He didn't put the hand back down. It's gone. I'm dead. Stupid Jerry.
So that was it. All right, kill the music.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Seincast players.
So the whole bit here was, Elaine wonders, hey, does John know about Hot and Heavy? And this handhold apparently is the relationship barometer.
I actually really like that because I feel like they could have used that. Since they cut this, they could have used this as something else in a subsequent episode. Mm-hmm. Because I think we've all experienced that in relationships. The handhold can kind of tell you or give you a gauge of like, are we fighting? Is he lukewarm about me or she? Mm-hmm. So I kind of wish they would have either kept this in or used it later on.
For sure. But there's actually more to talk about this handhold scene later on. But in the meantime, we're going to cut over to the Costanza's car, and then we're going to cut back and forth to the Ross's apartment in another glorious scene here.
Thank God that's so.
The mother seems to hit the sauce pretty hard. I didn't like that.
And who doesn't serve cake after a meal? What kind of people would kill them to put out a pound cake? Something.
So they didn't give you a piece of cake. Big deal.
It is a big deal. You're supposed to serve cake after a meal. I'm sorry, it's impolite.
Not impolite. It's stupid, that's what it is. You gotta be stupid to do something like that.
Your father is absolutely right. We're sitting there like idiots, drinking coffee without a piece of cake.
What is this? The marble rye?
Oh, dear, I forgot to put out that bread they brought.
We forgot to bring it in.
No, I brought it in. They never put it out.
Where is it?
I don't know. Where'd you put it?
Right over there.
Well, it's gone.
You stole the bread?
Stole. It's my bread. They didn't eat it. Why should I leave it there?
Because we brought it for them.
Apparently it wasn't good enough for them to serve.
Is it possible they took it back?
Who would bring a bread and take it back?
Those people, that's who. I think they're sick.
People take buses to get that rye.
Maybe they forgot to put it out. No, they didn't forget to put it out. It's deliberate. Deliberate, I tell you.
This scene makes me so happy. And even there's little callbacks to the Cheever Letters with Mrs. Ross drinking, and Estelle points out right in the beginning of the clip, the mother likes to hit the sauce pretty hard.
And I love Frank's just totally insulted that they didn't put out, any dessert. Who doesn't have cake after a meal? Pound cake.
It's stupid. That's what it is. It's stupid. That seems like a very an older generation of thinking, because I feel like my mother is like that, where
Coffee
you
and
always
cake. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I very much relate to this scene. That it does seem stupid.
I do like how the Costanzas are kind of on the same page here.
I have the same thing. Once she supports him wholeheartedly. Your father is absolutely right. Totally on the same page.
But when George finds the rye in the back seat, I like how, Estelle kind of like is embarrassed. She's like, we forgot to bring it in. But Frank's like, he's on a different page. No, I brought it in. They never put it out. So he was the one to make the call.
He is strong in his convictions, Frank Costanza.
Another one of my favorite lines is when we cut to the Rosses and, Mrs. Ross throws out the idea, is it possible they took it back? And Susan says, who would bring a bread and then take it back?
They would. Those people think they're sick.
Mr. Ross does not like the Costanzas at all.
No, sir. He's a grouch, isn't he?
Now, in the script, there was some deleted dialogue that I thought was interesting because it talks about the wedding that never comes to be. You're in the Ross's dining room, and this is before they realize the bread is gone. And Susan asks them, hey, what did you think? What did you think of the Costanzas? And Mr. Ross says, doesn't matter what I think. Let's just see if they kick in for the flowers and the hooch come wedding day. And then it goes into the bread, missing. But I love that line, the flowers and the hooch.
Mm-hmm. It's got you can hear that gruff tone of Mr. Ross coming out and saying flowers and hooch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great stuff here. We got an act break, and we cut back to Monk's, and this is all just a lot of setup here. Nothing too memorable. George is upset, of course. His parents are crazy. The Rosses are suspicious, and now he has to keep them separated for the rest of his life.
Bad situation.
So what George wants to do, and this is sort of a plan he comes up with Jerry, is go to Schnitzer's, buy the exact same rye, take it to the Ross's apartment, leave it in the kitchen, and be like, oh, here it is. But how do you actually do that? It's their anniversary on Friday night, so they suggest Kramer take the Rosses out for a handsome cab ride. Susan's working late, so there's this little window in there, from 7 to 8, that George can take the rye bread up to the apartment. And when they get back to Jerry's, Kramer, of course, agrees to do it. He's still sporting the top hat from his ride. He's eating a huge can of Beef-A-Roni. Turns out he bought 50 of them. In fact, he might have overbought at the Price Club. He doesn't have any room for it all. We're going to move into a clip here, and we're going to hear the rest of the plan unfold.
Hold on, wait a minute. How am I going to get the rye bread into the apartment?
Just put it under your shirt.
Have you ever seen a Schnitzer's rye? It's huge.
I'll tell you what, I'll bring it over. I'll stop by Schnitzer's. I'll come by 5 after 7, right after they leave.
Oh, well, this is all locking in now. It is all locking in.
Hey, is that your horse outside?
Miss Rusty.
Why, he's outside?
Uh-huh.
Oh, come on, I want to see him.
Yeah.
Hi, Laney, want to see the horsey?
You really did me in this time, didn't you? First guy I like in a really long time. I mean, we're getting along. Everything is just great. I mean, all right. So he doesn't do everything. And then you have to come along with your hot and your heavy.
So you think Clyde told him?
He wrote a song about it.
Well, maybe it's a good thing.
No, it's not a good thing. It's a bad thing. Do you know what this is like to have no control over a relationship? And you feel sick to your stomach all the time? Do you know what that's like?
No. But I've read articles, and I must say it doesn't sound very pleasant.
You know, one of these days, something terrible is going to happen to you. It has to.
No, I'm going to be just fine. But as far as your situation, you're seeing him tonight, so talk to him about it.
I can't. He's got a big showcase for record producers at his late show tonight. I don't want to upset him. Oh, what the hell, I'll upset him.
I love how George was so defeated moments ago. He's got to keep these people separate for the rest of his life. And then now he's so energized to be scheming with Jerry and Kramer. Mm-hmm. But I see you highlighted the same line here. My favorite from this scene is, and joke for that matter, hey, lady, want to see the horsey? And the door just slams right in his face.
What is it about door slams? If they're timed perfectly, it's just gold, right?
But you have, like I said, this character who was down and now he's up, and then Kramer's Elaine rather, just puts him right back down.
I also love, Elaine as she's breaking down, and a great performance by Julia. Probably really her best moment where she's like, one of these days, something terrible is going to happen to you. It has to.
Doesn't that line have, I love that line too. Doesn't it have like a little bit of foreboding to it since we all know what's going to happen in the finale?
Yeah, you would think. Newman's is definitely more foreboding when he's like,
true,
I'll be there to watch it all come crumbling down, but just Jerry throwing it back in her face. Nope, I'm going to be fine. Now, this scene kind of has a weird tone to it that I never really picked up until I read that it was actually reshot. So You have the original scene with George and Kramer and Jerry. Elaine enters, and at some point after the door slam, they cut and they shot brand new material. They dressed Jerry in the same outfit. They dressed Elaine in the same outfit. This is almost like a month later. Okay. And I don't think you would notice it until, we threw out that trivia. If you rewatch the scene now, Jerry's hair is a little different. The lighting to the scene is just a little bit off. It's a little washed out from my point of view. But in the original scene, it wasn't Elaine saying, he wrote a song about it. Originally, they talk about the handhold. Vinny, let's reprise our roles here. You'll be Elaine. I'll be Jerry. This was the original conversation before they had to reshoot it. So do you think Clyde told him?
Probably. Well, it's pretty obvious from the way he was acting, and he released a handhold.
A handhold's got to end sometime.
It was a premature release, and he never put it back.
Was your hand available?
Yes. It was just sitting on the table waiting to be grabbed. Do you know what it feels like to have no control over a relationship? You're just powerless and feel sick to your stomach all the time. Do you know what that's like?
So we're back into the familiar material now, but instead of the song, they would talk about the hand release, which I think was interesting. It's a shame that that didn't work out. I wonder if it just didn't get any laughs, or the song was a better idea.
Yeah. Well, maybe the song, because the final blow, the last big joke of the episode, has to deal with the song. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's why. I don't know what I'm saying.
That makes two of us.
But the whole premature release got me kind of thinking to Jerry's stand-up, where people shake hands, they won't let go, letting go too early. Mm-hmm. So maybe she got that from his stand-up.
Maybe.
Meh.
Let's get over to the Ross's apartment. George is with the Rosses. He seems a little antsy. Wonders if they should get downstairs. This is Friday night, their anniversary. Even though it's only 6:40, it's a little early. And I never realized this before. The Rosses are sort of suspicious, right? That the Costanzas took back the bread. And this is really the first time they start messing with George.
Mm-hmm.
I think,
yeah, it's true.
The most classic moment is when, they go out to the Hamptons.
Yes, to see his the solarium and the prickly Pete.
Another solarium? But the Rosses have have a history, of messing with George. And this is the first time where just toying with him. You seem a little nervous. Is anything wrong? Even when he asks for a glass of water?
I don't think we have any bread, but we've got water. Mm-hmm. As we learn in that future episode, they say they admit they never liked George. They never cared for him.
Yeah. And we blame you for Susan's death.
Exactly. Oh. But did you notice George said his excuse for, you seem nervous, George. Is everything okay? He's like, no. Just get a little nervous on the weekends. That's all.
That's a great line.
That cracked me up for some reason.
I want to use that next time I see you.
Okay, do it.
So we're on the street, and I think we're still on the back lot at CBS. I don't think they've moved to Paramount yet. But nearby, Kramer's feeding Rusty the horse a can of Beef-A-Rino, and he starts singing that bizarre version of the Beef-A-Roni commercial song.
I'm so keen-o on Beef-A-Rino. What a delicious cuisine-o. Fit for king and queen-o. Eat up. I got 34 more cans.
Oh, God. I don't have audio of it, but the Beef-A-Roni song is similar. It's, well, in the script at least, it's slightly different. We're having Beef-A-Roni. It's made with macaroni. Beef-A-Roni's fun to eat. Beef-A-Roni's really neat. Something about meat. And then, hooray for Beef-A-Roni. Do you remember that commercial?
Vaguely. It doesn't really ring a bell.
I think it first started in the 60s, but they kind of brought it back in the 90s. It's just like these kids running over this bridge, and then there's these tables with Beef-A-Roni, and they start eating and singing.
Okay.
It's great. Anyways, let's cut over to a familiar location here, Schnitzer's Bakery, formerly Royal Bakery, and let's just go right into the scene here.
53?
53. I'd like a marble rye, no plastic, in a bag.
Ah, you're lucky it's our last one.
Wait a second, that's your last marble rye?
That's right.
There's none left?
That's what I said. Number 54.
Excuse me. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I have to have that ride. So it's a long story, but a person's whole future may depend on it.
Well, I'm sorry, but you should have got here earlier.
Yes, well, be that as it may, if you could just find it within yourself to give it up, I would...
You're not getting this right.
All right. All right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I will give you double what you paid for it.
You're in my way.
I love it when, elderly people are really strong. Mm-hmm. Just shoves Jerry out of the way.
She's a tough old bird, that Mrs. Choate.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we see the counterwoman who previously was in the dinner party. Catherine Cates is her name. But there's something she said that made me think of the parking garage episode.
Yes.
Are you with me?
I sure am.
So, as you heard, that's your last marble rye? That's right. There's none left? That's what I said. That's what she knows.
Yes. I went to the script for the parking garage swearing that little brat says, "That's what I said," but he doesn't. That's what I know.
That's what I know.
Mm-hmm.
But just the way that the tone and the phrasing, it made me recall that episode.
I love the delivery of that line in the scene. That's what I said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just so mean.
And we see the introduction of Mabel Choate, as you said, who's played by actress Frances Bay. 3 episodes of Seinfeld. I think we already talked about that. The Rye, the Cadillac, and the finale. And hey, another Twin Peaks actress. And I think most people, at least myself, I know her from Happy Gilmore as being his grandmother.
Yes.
That's where I became fond of her.
Grandma.
I didn't know this, but did you know she got into acting at age 59?
No, really?
Yeah. Her first acting role was like in 1978 or 79, but she was 59 at that time.
Holy cow. That's crazy.
Holy cow.
Growing up, though, she was always Happy Gilmore's grandma.
Of course.
For sure. And a great name, Mabel Choate. Fantastic.
Oh, and hey, she worked with Ben Stiller in Happy Gilmore, although she doesn't have any scenes with Jerry Stiller here. So
yeah, you're right.
Not even worth mentioning.
You will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep. Great. Well, more to come with Mabel Choate later in the episode. Oh, this is really dumb, but when the counter woman, who once again returns, she's counting out numbers. She's like, 53, 53, I'm right here. I was wondering if that was the same number that Jerry and Elaine had. Like, I don't know if there's some weird overlap with the dinner party, and it's not.
Boy, this party really died, huh?
Jerry and Elaine were 58 when they returned the hair with a cake around it.
That's us.
Next scene, we're outside the Rosses' apartment, and here we are at Paramount. The Rosses are standing with George on the sidewalk, and for a rare moment, seem happy. This is kind of similar to when the Costanzas are in agreement.
Man, you are just taking all my ideas today. I got nothing to say because it's cool. That's good stuff.
Go for it. What do you
we're
got?
on the same page.
They haven't done anything romantic like this in years. Is this the only time they seem to be kind of...
I think so, because they're about to encounter some more bad news the next time we see them. So
we get this great VO as George is having this little panic attack. It's 7:01, no sign of Kramer. How can he make this mistake? He'll never show up. But then in the distance, there's Kramer turning the corner, waving to the group. Aha! Or whatever he says.
There he is, right on time as usual. Really cool to see the two sides of George there. You see his inner monologue, neurotic, just so upset with himself. And then on the outside, he's keeping it really cool.
So I kind of like move the scenes around here just so we don't have to bounce around a lot.
Sure.
Kramer's great at his job here. You know, he greets the Rosses, provides blankets, hot chocolate. And before they head out, he turns around and he's like, by the way, happy anniversary.
He's really quite charming.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. And George waves goodbye, with a smile on his face. And once they're far enough away, he just drops the act and starts dashing around looking for Jerry.
I like how, I don't know if other people picked up on this, but Kramer is holding the reins of Rusty like this. Like he's got both hands together holding the reins, but he has to lean back with almost his whole body. I don't know how he does it because he has his head turned at the Rosses, but I can't do it.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean exactly.
But he doesn't put his arm on the seat to lean back and be like, happy anniversary. Mm-hmm. He's like this.
He's just like, okay. So he's stiff.
You know what I mean?
He leans back and twists his head a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. It makes me chuckle.
All right. Well, speaking of chuckling, Vinny, we are going to move on to probably the best scene of the episode. We're on the street, the sidewalk here, as Jerry chases down Mabel Choate.
All right, look, I'll tell you what. I'll give you $50. Now be reasonable. You cannot turn down $50 for a $6 rye.
No. Watch me.
Give me that, all right?
Stop it.
I want that ride, lady.
Help! Someone help!
Shut up, you old pig!
You're not so tough when you're not in your bakery. Huh, Mabel?
What is it about this scene, man? Like, I've seen it a million times, and it still makes me crack up. It's so good.
Same here. My question, though, is how do Jerry Seinfeld, Larry David, the rest of the writers, how do they craft a character who we not only adore, but after he steals a marble rye from an old lady, we don't find that despicable in any way? It's almost like we find it's justifiable. Like, of course he needed to steal it for George and Susan's relationship. You know what I mean? Like, any other, like, if you did this on Friends or Everybody Loves Raymond, if the main character stole from an old lady,
the entire episode would be talking about stealing the bread.
Well, that's not what I was going with.
It'll all take place on one set.
Okay, here we go. You're an ass.
You know me.
But I know you do. That's why I love you. But like I love Jerry's character. There's nothing. I find nothing wrong with this.
Not at all. Well, Mabel Choate is not a very nice person to begin with.
She's so sweet looking, and you want to give her a glass of milk?
No, watch me.
Are you Jim Carrey?
I love when the struggle starts, and she's like, "Stop it, stop it, someone help!" It's just everything about this. It's so good. Even Jerry, I think, has a little. He has a little smirk.
Those don't belong to us. Oh, sorry.
He has a little smirk on his face when there's that wide shot, of him running.
Yeah.
God almighty.
Oh, and that's another memorable. The scene of him running at the camera is another.
Now, in terms of the comedic moments, I think this is one of Jerry's most despicable moments. Like, of course, it gets brought up in the finale when he's on trial. Would you agree, or is this not that big a deal?
Well, if you, like you said, take the comedy out. If you put this on paper, man in 30s steals from elderly woman,
old bag,
piece of bread. It is horrible.
Oh,
but
God.
Under the Seinfeld lens, comedic gold.
Absolutely. God, I love this. And incredible to think this was, a thought by Larry David after the episode was written,
right,
ready to go in production. And he's like, we need one more scene here.
Jerry Seinfeld fought Larry on this. Why do we need an extra thing? Let's just get him to the Rosses with the bread.
Right. So originally Jerry would just go to the bakery. We might not even see it. Jerry just walks up to the apartment holding the rye.
Yeah.
That's all.
So it's a good call, Stan.
Yeah. Anyways, let's cut over to Bradley's. In between John sets, Elaine apologizes for bothering him, on such a big night. He has this big record deal happening. Someone will be in the audience. But she just has to explain that she never told Jerry Hot and Heavy. She didn't think they were hot and heavy. I mean, who's hot and heavy? So she's really over-explaining it. And this all reminds me of the time she goes to Walden Books. Remember with Jake Jarmel?
Okay.
I didn't tell Kramer to tell you I said hello. You coming down here to explain this. I don't know. It just kind of reminds me of that.
You're absolutely right. It's like information has been misconstrued, according to Elaine, by one of her male friends, whether it's Kramer or Jerry. What's with the alliteration, though, in her boyfriends? Jake Jarmel, John Germain.
Oh, yeah.
It's very cool.
But no big surprise here. John was actually excited when Clyde told him what he heard. In fact, John has a few hours to kill before his big show. His place is just a few blocks away. In fact, Vinny, what is he thinking of doing?
Adding a new number to his, repertoire.
Okay.
Jeff Yeager plays John Germain, known for his appearances in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, My Fellow Americans, and he was in several episodes of 6 Feet Under. But he was also in a episode of Peter Melman's show, It's Like You Know.
Ah, very good.
Oh, and in that scene, did you notice that Elaine and John Germain looked alike, like one of those brother-sister couples?
Oh, God,
Not
really?
only with the long hair, but even they're in the same attire. Very similar looking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I can picture John's hair. All right, let's cut over to the handsome cab ride here. The Rosses are getting cozy in the back of the cab. Everything is going well. And we get that shot of Rusty's rear end as he trots along.
What is that?
I think it's the horse.
God.
Hey, how's everything? You need anything?
This is horrible.
Excuse me. What do you feed this animal?
Oh, oats and hay. Yeah, they like that stuff.
I can't take this.
Turn this thing around. We've had it. We can't breathe back here.
And hurry it up. Rusty! Rusty!
So there's your brother-in-law, right?
Yeah, every time. I think it's the horse.
Another Matt moment for you?
Oh, boy.
Well,
what did you think Rusty was doing?
I didn't understand. What's happening? I thought that Rusty I thought he had diarrhea.
Wait, did you hear any...
Well, I don't know if you've ever walked along 59th Street in the city.
Yeah.
Along the park. That's where all the handsome cabs are. And
Visited.
as beautiful as it is with all the hotels, it reeks. It just smells like horse shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
I didn't know that.
It always cracks me up because all these, wealthy people staying in these beautiful hotels have to walk out and get that nice scent of horse manure. Manure!
I hate manure!
We're all over the place.
Oh, that's okay.
But
relate.
you've seen, horse just stand there and you're like, oh, look at this beautiful horse. Oh, he's defecating.
Not only do they love the clip clop, they love the plop 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 plop. Yeah. So we're getting a little bit into nasty territory here, but I've only seen horses have more firm BMs.
Oh, God.
Never of the liquid variety.
The loose kind, yes.
Yes, the loose.
But I just always assumed because Beef-A-Roni being such a disgusting product that he was pooping.
Well, you assume on your own there. And don't horses usually have poop bags too?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm not going to cut this out. I'm going to leave it in. But one of the best parts of this scene, I think, is Kramer, his reaction. As he's like, Rusty! Rusty! He can barely breathe. Just great acting on Michael's part. But they haven't made it far when Jerry approaches the Ross's apartment with the rye under his arm. And George just waves him back in a panic as Kramer turns the corner, heading back. The Rosses are pretty angry as they head inside.
One never knows how the gastrointestinal workings of the equine are going to function.
Yes, in other words, the horse is gassy. Must have been the Beef-A-Roni.
You fed the horse, Beef-A-Roni?
Overbought.
At this point, you said George waves Jerry back. Stay back! Go back to work. Did you notice what kind of car Jerry hid behind? Red Porsche. Red Porsche. I wonder, that can't be a coincidence, right?
Possibly that's even his Porsche, maybe. He brought to the set.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking that.
He drove to Paramount. I keep saying Paramount.
Yeah, what's your deal?
I don't know.
Paramount.
Paramount.
Paramount. Right. Paramount Studios.
Anyways, cut over to Bradley's Jazz Club real quick. Briefly here, there's a music exec impatiently waiting for John Germain to show up for his big set, and he tells the manager, I'm not going to wait much longer.
Give him 10 more minutes.
This seems like a familiar setting on Seinfeld. We also get it with the actor studio. Remember with Mickey?
Okay.
When Kramer isn't showing up yet with the tight jeans.
My scene partner isn't here. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to wait much longer. I don't know. Seems
to
be
you're
a
right.
familiar kind of way to wrap up an episode. Now let's cut over to the Rosses are outside, and we don't have a clip here, but everyone knows the visual. Jerry's outside with Kramer. Rusty's parked nearby. Turns out Kramer actually fed Rusty only one can.
Oh, one can.
One can.
Did it to him.
That was enough. And then George sticks his head out from a third floor window, and he's telling Jerry, to toss the bread up to him, but he can't make it. It's, shy a few feet. Isn't it incredible how much Jerry can, how much air he gets on that thing?
Yeah, he throws it granny style, tucks it between his legs, and lifts it up. But it comes close that George almost could have got it.
Yeah. So George gets an idea. He disappears for a moment, and then he comes back with this fishing pole. And he lowers the line to Jerry, who has trouble attaching it to the rye. And this feels like a Jerry stand-up bit. He's like, the hook's too small. This is more for a muffin.
Yeah. And I hear his New York accent come out there. Too small.
Oh, right.
It's nice.
That got brought up earlier with Frank, where he's like, it wasn't good enough for them to serve.
Oh, yeah.
You know? But Jerry hooks the rye, and George starts reeling it in, and he gets it all the way through the window, proudly stands there in the bedroom holding the rye like one would their big catch, only to find Susan and the Rosses in the doorway.
Schnitzes.
Great stuff there. Love this ending.
Yeah.
But what's better, and we do have audio of this, we have bloopers from this scene. This is filmed late at night. I think the cast is a little loopy. This is after their snowball fight. But Jerry is throwing the rye up in the air. And at one point, it like lands in a gutter.
Yeah, it goes off to it's not a straight shot. It goes off to the side.
Mm-hmm. And then one time it like lands on the ground and it bounces. But the audio here I thought was interesting, as I think George is kind of improvising.
Look out! Where you going? Where you going? Come on, pick it up! Yeah!
Oh, come on, reach for it!
I'm 14,000 feet up in the air, you bastard! Well, we got a bakery in 2B!
So that's a callback, right? The you bastard, isn't it?
Regarding the execs from Houston?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's where he learned it.
He's like 30,000 feet above your head, you bastard.
That's true. Now he's only 14,000 feet.
14? He's only 3 floors up.
Oh, yeah.
There's another great blooper where I think Jerry starts cracking up. He can't, hook the bread. I think it breaks or something. It's like a prop bread. And I think Jason throws like a pen or something at them.
Oh, and then Jerry goes, my eye!
Like, you took my eye out. I don't know what it is, but they're really cracking up.
Are we going to be able to post these?
Yeah, well, we always include a bloopers link in our show notes so people can check them out. Okay. But yeah, I want to make sure we can bring up a blooper each episode if it's in the reel. And speaking of bloopers and this episode, I was going to save this for the Jiffy Park episode, but hell, let's bring it up now. You know when Kramer and Jerry are in bed?
Oh, I know when they're in bed. This is the infamous scene when Kramer says, "Oh, patio furniture's on sale." Mm-hmm. And that line alone gets Jerry to chuckle several times. But one take, Jerry kind of, I think, turns over, and Kramer's still continuing to read, and all of a sudden, his nose kind of perks up, and he goes, "Whew, Rusty," and he pushes Jerry aside, insinuating that Jerry's the one who poo-pooed.
Farted in bed, yeah. That's the worst place to do it, too, right?
Oh, what are they called? A Dutch oven?
Dutch oven, yeah. I told my wife about that once, like years ago. She would not stop laughing. She'd never heard it before. I'm so sorry. To our listeners, that is.
Yeah. I regret nothing.
Well, John Germain regrets taking Elaine to his place because in the last scene here, they arrive back at the club, at the jazz club, and he looks so upset.
Confidence is shattered.
Yeah, it did not go well. His performance was a flop, plop flop. She still wishes him good luck as he makes his way to the stage.
She called him honey.
But when he puts his lips to the sax, it's horrible. So he's now lost his mojo, as it were.
He lost his mojo. He lost a potential record deal. Mm-hmm. And then he's going to lose his girl.
Yeah, Elaine just sort of slowly backs out of the club.
Ouch.
We're running long here, but I just have to ask, what was going on? Because he was not good at, cunnilingus.
He didn't want to do it. Are you talking about originally or now?
That's right. You're right. I'm sorry. I thought he just wasn't good at it. So
no.
He's good at the sax. He never has gone down on Elaine. When he finally does, it turns out he's horrible at it.
Either horrible, yeah, he tried too hard, from what she said, and that somehow affected his ability
to... That's a great line. You don't have to try so hard next time.
Yeah. Good luck, honey. That affected his ability to play the sax.
Okay.
Are you kidding? You play the sax after the sex. Sex and sex.
Now, Elaine could have. She didn't know it was going to, how's your confidence? Shot. She could have faked it for John's sake.
Apparently she does. Well, she didn't do that this time.
Yeah. Oh, man. Poor guy. Well, good luck, John.
So, what do you think?
Matt, do you find this episode to be hot and heavy?
Hot and heavy. Yeah, this is one of those episodes I was so excited to get to this season when I saw the season 7 lineup. I'm not sure where it's going to fall in my top 20, but
it's making it.
Well, we'll see. I want to hear where you put it first.
Why are you riding my coattails?
I don't know. I'm off this week just in terms of like the top 20 of it all. I love this episode. This is, I think, one of the gems from season 7. Got some classic bits in here. Mabel Cho, the rye bread, throwing it up into the air, the Costanzas and the Rosses, Rusty farting / maybe pooping. I'm throwing the theory out there. Do we have any poopers out there? Any pro poopers?
Okay, that's enough out of you. Cut his mic off. What I think for me, it was the whole interaction between the Costanzas and the Rosses and George having to mitigate that, and that led to the whole Rye story arc. But man, Frank and Estelle Costanza arguing about the ties, thinness versus wide, then agreeing over not putting out cake after dinner. That was like what sold it for me. And then you just got all the extras, great stuff with Rusty, Kramer's physical gags, flipping and the cans bursting on the floor, and Jerry's famous scene of him mugging an old lady for a $2. How much does the rye cost?
Oh, $6, I think.
$6 rye.
Yeah. One thing, and this gets brought up a lot on this show, the Elaine storyline this week didn't really do it for me. I like her scenes with Jerry in the apartment. Those are great, but John Germain, very forgettable boyfriend, I think, and I don't...
The name, not the name, though.
Yeah, the name's great. And he kind of looks like Elaine, so he's okay.
Whoa.
That's perverse. But yeah, just for an episode written by Carol Leifer, I just always hoped that the Elaine storyline, maybe I'm putting too much, expectation on her just because she's, like the lone female writer on the show. For the Elaine storyline to be a little more memorable, but...
To have more substance, maybe?
Yeah, a little bit. Also, Jerry, again, thank God for the whole rye stealing stuff. He doesn't really have that much to do this episode.
Yeah, for the first 10 minutes, all he did was make one comment to Elaine and then one to Kramer, and otherwise he had nothing to do.
Right, but the marble rye scenes with Jerry are just, it elevates him for sure.
And it's interesting you say the Elaine storyline was kind of meh for you when the content of her storyline is oral sex performed on a woman. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we mentioned, the other like landmark episodes that had sex being a primary topic, whether it's masturbation and the contest
or even just female issues in general, birth control, abortion,
all those episodes usually are home runs, and they're usually really strong Elaine presences there.
Yeah.
But I guess you're right. It's a little bit like the subject matter matches, and it's kind of taboo in that regard. But
maybe they've covered enough less popular issues. Maybe that by this point it's just kind of like, we've already been here. But yeah, all in all, like the episode I think is really strong. Some classic imagery. The cast all I think does just a fantastic job. Even if you're in Julia's case, you might not have like the best material to work with. I think she elevates it with her performance in Jerry's apartment. But all in all, Vinny, where are you going to throw this on your top 20? I'm very interested to see.
I was going to throw it in the between 10 and 20.
Wow,
so I was going to do high, but I'm looking at, I got the lip reader at 16, the Jimmy at 17, and Fusilli Jerry at 18. So those cannot be topped by the rye, unfortunately.
Oh,
sorry.
Wow, okay.
So I know.
So 10 to 20, 19 or 20.
So now I want to make this my number 19, the rye, which puts the parking spot at my number 20 episode, and the pick has been picked out of there. Something.
It was a scratch, not a pick. All right. Well,
Oh, this makes me sad. Whatever episode you put, wherever you put it, the opposite's going to be knocked out.
Yeah, you're not going to be happy with this. My opposite is number 20, so I'm saying adios to the worst episode ever. No, I want to put this in here, I think, above the... Yeah, I'm going to put this above the pool guy. So this is going to go at my number 18, between the Kisselo at 17 and the pool guy at 19. So yeah, Vinny, very sorry. Adios to the opposite.
That's a shame. All right, that's going to do it for us here on Seincast this week. Please feel free to send us an email at seincast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, or leave us a message at Coco Bosco.
Vinny, what episode do we have next week?
We are discussing the 12th episode of Season 7, The Caddy.
Oh, Vinny, you're a golfer. What was your score last time you played?
3 under par.
Ooh, 3 under par. That's what the professionals shoot, isn't it?
Well, if they're lucky.
But for now, I'm Matt.
I'm Vinny.
Signing off. Seincast is not endorsed by Castle Rock Entertainment, Sony Pictures, or NBC. It is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Seinfeld, the Seinfeld logo, and all names, pictures, and audio of Seinfeld characters are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.
So keen-o on Beef-A-Roni. What a delicious cuisine-o, fit for king and queen-o.